Welcome back, everybody. Hot Mic rolls on here on this Thursday morning. We'll check in on the numerous spring tournaments that are set to begin later today, coming up in our second hour. We visited about this early in the week, unintentionally. On Tuesday, we had Horace sophomore-to-be, Jordan Christofferson, join us after she received an offer from NDSU over last weekend. So she now has two with UND and NDSU, and I imagine there are more coming. And we were visiting about her team and how last season went. Obviously, Horace made its first trip to the state tournament, talked about her teammate Jaiden Haile, and knew that there was plenty of offers out there. And then, unbeknownst to me, Tuesday night, Jaiden announced her commitment to play basketball at Gonzaga in the West Coast Conference, and she is good enough to join us here on this Thursday morning. I know it's been hectic. Congratulations. We were just joking off air. It was about a year ago now you were on the show to talk about things just starting, and now it's over and done with. Tell me the emotions of about committing, and what's it feel like?
It feels really relieving. It was a really good experience overall. I had a great experience with recruiting and the coaches and just like a lot of support and love. I'm really glad it's done because it was hectic and stressful and all of those emotions that come along with deciding a college that most of my friends won't have to even think about for another 6 months. I've had to think about them for the past 2 years. So I mean, I'm kind of done early, which is nice. I don't have to think about it in the next 6 months. Done. But no, I'm really grateful. And then, obviously it's basketball, but it's also free education, which is huge because that's going to set me up for the rest of my life. Because as much as I would like to play basketball until I'm 90 years old, unfortunately, I don't think that'll be possible. So I have to have some source of income. But yeah, it's been really great.
Tell us about Gonzaga. When did they come on the radar for you, and why was that the choice?
Actually, it was kind of last spring, probably March. Me and my mom were just talking about schools that would be a good fit for me and places that I wanted to go. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to go far from home or if I wanted to stay close. So we were just kind of thinking about all of those factors. And Gonzaga was one that we kind of just threw out there, like, oh, like they're in the West Coast Conference. They've got a really good history. They kind of fit my style of play. And so we actually, my AAU coach reached out to them and they came and watched me in the summer last year. And then we just got in contact and started building our relationship. And then I got to go out there in December to watch them beat Stanford, which was amazing. I don't know if that's an indicator or what, but I feel like it is. I feel like it might be. And then, just got to go back out there for an official month back, and then made my decision.
They won 32 games. I think people don't know how good they were this past season. They made it to the Sweet 16 of the women's basketball tournament. What about their style appealed to you?
I mean, it's really team focused. They had a lot of seniors that were really, really good. One is going on to play with Team Canada. They had 2 girls drafted to the WNBA this year. They are a very talented team all around. They share the ball. And they do have more of a focused offense. I would say they do work a lot on that, which, is something obviously I appreciate because I do a lot of damage in the paint. Not that I'm not trying to expand my game, obviously I am, but that's something that I think is going to stay solid throughout college and high school and, for the rest of my career. But, that was really a big appeal. And plus, when I watched them play, they just looked like they're having so much fun. Yeah. And that's really too.
I mentioned this in the story I wrote that it seems fitting you're the first. You have so many firsts next to your name, the first points for Horace, for the leading scorer, first time to state, first all-team selection, now first Division I commit. Tell me, when I say that, what are your emotions when you hear that?
Proud, grateful. I'm really proud of Horace and everything. And I'm proud of myself. It takes a lot of work, and I'm really grateful for the community that Horace has had for me and for the team, because I think a lot of this stuff wouldn't have been possible without it. It takes a lot of support. I could not have done it alone in any sense. And so I'm just really grateful.
I want to I was asking Jordan about this, and now I'm glad I got you on. So that Saturday night out at West Fargo, you guys beat Red River. Give me in the locker room after that. What was going? You've been through all the wars. You were there when you were playing a junior varsity schedule a couple years ago. So tell me, what was it like for you knowing? Okay, we just did it. We beat the defending state champions.
It was crazy. Really grateful. I mean, I don't know. It was just kind of a surreal experience, to be honest. Like, I obviously remember a lot of it, but it was one of those things where I felt like it just went by in a flash. And it was just kind of a crazy experience. It was one of those things where it's like you've put in all of the hard work, you've done all of the hard things, and now here's the gratification, here's the reward. And that's kind of what it felt like.
To then make it to state, I know you didn't end the way you wanted. You took fifth. What did you take out of that for this upcoming season? Because I want to talk about that in a second. But the trip to state, the first one out there, were you nervous?
Yeah, I was really nervous. I would love to be like, oh, I don't get nervous. Like, nerves don't play a factor in my game. I get really nervous. I get super nervous. Before games, like, I'm out in the hallway, like, jumping around. And even if we're playing the lowest, team in our division, I get nervous before games, and I was definitely nervous before that game. So it was one of those things where I had never done it. We haven't done so many things here, but this specifically, like, I couldn't tell Lakin and Jordan what to do. I had never done it. No one was telling me what to do. But it was a learning experience for sure. And Bismarck High, give them all the credit in the world. That's an experienced team that came out to win. And I think that was a necessary loss for us to come into this next season prepared to hopefully go out and win a state title.
I'm interested about the recruiting process. Like, when we talked last year, you had a couple. When did things start to really, was it about this time when did it ever get overwhelming? Like, holy cow, this is a lot to deal with.
Yeah, when they started, it was kind of like a wait to when, like, they can start texting you, because it's like things are going to open up. Like, coaches, a lot of coaches, they will wait until they can text you, because it is a lot of work. Like, oh, I'll text your coach, and your coach is going to text you, and then you're going to text your coach back, and then your coach is going to text me back for what, a 20-minute phone call. I mean, that's insane. Yeah. So they do wait sometimes, and that's definitely what happened for me. And in the beginning, it's like, oh, it's so great, like, there's no communication block. And by I don't know, October, I was like, can we put the divider back up here, because I don't want them to be able to text me anymore. My phone I've got 100 messages I haven't replied to in a week, and I'm very behind. So wow. That was overwhelming, for sure. It was definitely easier though, because you got to kind of see their character. Because if for me, like, I'm a really good student, I pride myself on that, kind of like what I said earlier. I'm not gonna be able to play basketball for the rest of my life. And then also, I just like to learn in general. It's something I enjoy. I like school. So when school gets busy, I can't always be at the beck and call of all of these coaches. And if they're super understanding, like, oh, we get it, like, you like to study, like, you've got other things going on, like, whenever it works for you, like, then that's something that you can kind of like take in mind, like, oh, like, they understand, like, they know I'm a good student, versus coaches that are like, call me ASAP, or like the coaches that stop reaching out. It's those kind of things that weed out where you want to go and where you don't want to go. I'm
interested. You're playing again with North Tartan. You play with a couple other standout players as well. Give us, first off, some of your teammates that you're playing are also going to be playing Division I basketball. How much does that help you and made you a better player over the last couple of summers?
Oh, it's made me a completely different player from last year before playing Tartan. Going into that team, everyone on my team is going on to play Division I basketball. Wow. It's insane. Rainey is going to Maryland. We've got girls going to USD, SDSU, all over. And then you've got Madden, who is insane talent, great person. And she's got offers from all over the country. And you come into practice and you just get better every single day. Like, whether you want to get better or not, you have to get better. If you want to get on the court, you got to get better. Yeah. So just being with those girls. And also they're just good people to be around because they really understand what you're going through, and they have a different level of comprehension on like what your life's like because they're going through it too. And so that's just a whole other, it kind of takes the weight off your shoulders because you don't have to pretend to be someone you're not when you're in the gym with them.
I asked Jordan this. I'll ask you as well. So where's the summer taking you? Were you heading some fun locations, I imagine?
Yeah. We were just in Birmingham, which was really fun. I've never been to Alabama before.
Okay. Yep.
It was beautiful. I didn't expect it. I didn't know what to expect. And it was really, really beautiful. So that was really fun. We're going to Louisville
Nice.
in July. I'm really excited to go there. Never been to Kentucky. Yeah, that's exciting. Then we're going back to Chicago. It'll be my third year going to Chicago. Yeah, that'll be really fun. I'm going with my mom. We've never been just me and her before, and it'll be our last AAU run. I'm excited. And then last year we got to go to Memphis. And that was really fun too at the end.
That's good stuff. I talked about this with Jordan. I'll ask you now as well, now that you're committed, but your team heading into next season has 3 players that have Division I offers. I mean, it goes without saying you guys are going to have a lot of eyeballs. The spotlight's going to be on you. How do you feel you guys are handle that next season as a team?
I think we're going to handle it well. I mean, we've got girls on to play at all different types of levels. Obviously you've got us who are, we're going on to play Division I, but then we've got other girls that are looking D2, D3, which is still just as competitive, just as difficult to get there. And I think, yeah, there are a lot of eyes on us, but I think that's something that we kind of take in stride because for me and being just committed, I feel like I can kind of help them navigate all of this because it is tough and I didn't have anyone help me. So to be there for them if they want it is huge for me personally, because I think that's, just great because it's something I wish I would have had. But I think for everyone involved, I think they know that there are people watching. And I think when I'm gone and even when Jordan's gone, the girls underneath them are going to kind of see this standard of excellence, and hopefully they're going to take it and run with it and create just a long lasting, successful program. Because that's really what I want for this team.
2 last questions here. First, you're actually going to have seniors. You're going to be a senior next year. Just how gratifying is that? I know you don't want to wish time away, but the fact you'll actually have some seniors how weird do you think that's going to be?
Really weird. Yep. I think when I watch back the film and they say senior number 35, Jaiden Haile, I'm going to take a few seconds and be like, whoa, what the heck? But I think it's one of those things where it's a long time coming. And it's like I kind of said earlier, it's something that we've all just been waiting for, working for. I think this is kind of going to be our year.
Last question then I got to ask is, who is the toughest player to defend? Who's the one who's like, boy, that is a tough guard for you. Who is that in your mind?
On my team or in the state?
Let's just say, yeah, in the EDC, even the EDC. Let's just say in the EDC right now, who's the toughest for you to guard?
I don't know. There's a lot of people that graduated.
That's okay. You can mention graduates. Yeah. That's fine. You can tell you people that have moved on. That's fine.
Oh man, I didn't think you were gonna ask me that. So, toughest player to defend. Actually, Celie Stockmo from Shanley. She's a tough guard.
Okay.
She's really good at drawing fouls. She'll sit you on the bench real quick too in the first half. Half, obviously, very tall, great person, is really working on her outside shot. I don't know. There's not a lot of people that are hard for me to guard. Is that bad to say?
No, that's just, if you're being honest, that's all we want. That's fantastic.
If I'm being, that's probably the answer. Okay. There's not a lot of people that are
there you go.
Guard. A lot on defense, in my defense. All we do is defense.
There you go, right? Did you celebrate? Did you go out like after you announced? Have you done that yet? Or you have big plans or no?
Yeah, last night my family kind of threw like a little thing, not anything crazy. It was just my grandparents and my parents, my sister, and we just had just like family dinner. Nice. And then we got crumble cookies, which were
there you are.
Good.
All right.
Gonzaga Bulldogs on them, which was really cute. But yeah, no, we went out. We didn't go out, but that's kind of the best way for me to celebrate. It's kind of a home night, and especially because I travel so much.
I
So.
got an email to ask, what's your do you know your major? Have you decided what you're going to be majoring in yet?
I think probably English with a minor in communications.
No,
I really like English in general, and I've always wanted to maybe go into journalism or something kind of in that route. But I also think that's a major where if I decide or have the opportunity to go play overseas, I can do that and then come back and start my career. Versus I thought about maybe political science going into the law field for a really long time, but that was going to be something that was really hard for me to pause and then come back. So, yeah.
You have got things planned out. That's awfully impressive. I really appreciate the time. Congratulations. I hope you get to enjoy a little bit of summer, and can't wait to see you on the court this upcoming fall, all right?
Yes, thank you so much.
Appreciate the time. There she goes, Jaiden Haile from West Fargo Horace High School. Now, Gonzaga basketball commit for the class of 2025, the first out of Horace that is a Division I athlete. Pretty cool stuff, and pretty impressive young woman there, and we appreciate her time. We'll break here. We got a couple of emails we'll catch up on and wrap up hour one. Big second hour on tap as well. Hot Mic rolls on this Thursday morning. We're back after this.